Some of you may recognize this by its internet name, which is not a scientific term, which is the Super Mario effect. The Super Mario effect relates to the game Super Mario Brothers, but you'll see why at the end. But basically what they did was they had 50,000 subjects, which is an enormous number of subjects, learn a program, essentially taking words from a computer program or the commands for a computer program that were kind of clustered in a column on the right. And those commands are essentially translate to things like, go forward, and then if it's a right-hand turn in the maze, then go right and continue until you hit a choice point, etc. So it's a bunch of instructions, but the job of the subjects in these experiments were to organize those instructions in a particular way that would allow a little cursor to move through the maze successfully. It takes some skill. You have to know what commands to give in what particular order, and they made that very easy. You could just assemble them in a list over onto the right. Now, there were two groups. And one half of the subjects, if they got it wrong, meaning they entered a command and the cursor would move and it was the wrong command for this little cursor to move through the maze, they saw a signal jump up on their screen that said, "That did not work, please try again." The subjects would reorganize the instructions and then the little cursor would continue. And if they got it wrong again, it would say, "That did not work, please try again." Okay? The other half of the subjects, if they got something wrong, were told, "You just lost 5 points. Please continue." So that's the only difference in the feedback that they got. Now, I have to confess, I would have predicted, based on my knowledge of dopamine circuitry and reward contingency, people will work much harder to prevent losing something than they will to gain something. And it turns out that that's not at all what happened. If they looked at the success rate of the subjects, what they found was that the subjects that were told, "That did not work, please try again," had a 68% success rate. 68% of them went on to successfully program this cursor moving through the maze. Whereas the ones that were told, "You lost 5 points," had a 52% success rate, which is a significant difference.